everyone.
Welcome
into the Father-Son Football Fanatics podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Michael Combs. This is your other host, Caden Combs. And we are pumped to be with you today. We're pumped for this show. A lot of cool stuff happening today.
Yeah, today has been packed with news.
Not quite as exciting as it was back in like February, March, when we were getting all the Tyreek Hill, Russell Wilson news, all that stuff. But still some interesting news to talk about for fantasy. So we'll get into that here in just a second. We've also got Why Is He There? The segment we've been doing.
Why is he there?
We're going to kind of finish up that run tonight with the quarterback and tight end positions crammed into one. And we have a new segment that we're going to tinker with a little bit and try it out. It's called Surprise, Surprise.
We should have surprised them.
I mean, it's going to be a surprise of what it's called.
But, before we get into the podcast, if you guys do want to see more podcasts, go to my channel, and I'm going to be doing either daily podcasts or every other day podcast, so you'll just get you'll just be entertained, and while you're waiting for this podcast is probably better, but my podcast, I don't do news because I don't want to steal it from this show, but
Caden's going to do shorter segments, like shorts versus the longer podcast of this. So if you have 5-10 minutes to listen to a podcast, but you don't have the full 25-30 minutes to listen to this one, you can listen to his more times per week, and then this one once per week right now. So nice plug there for your own podcast.
Yeah, but even though all my subscribers have gone to this channel,
that's okay. We want them both intermingling, okay? We want them all on both channels. So, but we're going to jump right into it, and we're going to get into some news before we jump into the segments.
Breaking news.
All right, breaking news. So, do you want to give the first piece of news today?
I will. Now, there's some pretty good news today in general. So, I'm gonna give the first piece of news that happened just a few hours ago, but it was the first thing I saw today. It was Chris Carson retiring after 5 seasons, which is kind of crazy to me because he didn't seem like he was ready to retire. He seemed...
He's young.
Yeah, he's like what, 27?
Last year, he just signed I'd have to look, but either a 3 or 4 year contract before last year's season. But he had this neck injury that they weren't sure if he was going to ever be able to play again from it. And if he was, how effective he would be. So he took the route of retiring. He obviously got the guaranteed money up to this point that he was on his contract, but I just don't think, and he's got to think about his personal health too. You don't want to go out there and play and have that injury get worse and possibly paralyze you. So, I understand the decision.
He's taking the safe route.
Yeah. And,
smart.
I think I would too. But that means that Rashad Penny is definitely going to be the guy. So,
because Chris Carson was going to be the main person there.
If he was able to come back healthy.
Like, not even just as running back, just in general. Because Geno Smith can't throw.
Well.
Or whoever they have, Drew Lock.
So the next piece of news, I'm going to give the big one, all right? The big piece of news. Julio Jones signs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for a 1-year deal.
That's crazy.
I don't know if I like that.
We play the Bucs.
I'm kind of on the fence. I mean, If you get the same Julio Jones you had last year, I don't mind. That's fine.
But if you have the Julio Jones that played in the Super Bowl,
If you have Julio Jones from 3 seasons ago or so, I mean, then that's scary.
and then you have
And
Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
And I do think Julio Jones has a little bit left to give if he stays healthy. I think he's got the talent still. Obviously, he's got the quarterback to throw to him, but now this just muddies the waters for the whole team. I feel like if he's healthy, Mike Evans' production goes down a little bit. Chris Godwin's goes down a little bit. Leonard Fournette's goes down a little bit. Russell Gage becomes he goes from an interesting fantasy sleeper pick to a I don't even want to touch him unless there's 2 injuries on the team, so
Which there is going to be.
I mean,
Julio
yeah,
Jones and Chris Godwin are both going to get hurt.
they probably will. So Russell Gage, maybe you stash him on the bench to see what happens, but yeah. So that's a pretty
And now
pretty
I'll give the
interesting.
biggest news of the year. Chris Godwin ready to go for training camp.
Yeah, I think everyone's a little surprised by that.
The biggest news.
Everyone was
ever.
kind of expecting him to be on the pup for the first 4 weeks of the season.
Just like Michael Evans.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I meant Michael Thomas.
Oh yeah, Michael Thomas. Well, so that was he's on the pup for training camp, which means you can be pulled off at any time and go full go.
Who?
Michael Thomas.
Oh.
So I originally thought it was for the season, but it's actually just for training camp. So he's actually still eligible to play.
Yeah, but it's not
But
going to be much.
there's a little bit more news. There's a few injuries, non-football injuries. Marquise Brown,
And
Mika Fitzpatrick.
Make
You gotta be careful saying that. There's some off the field injuries there, falling off
a bike.
Goofy little things like that. Leonard Fournette is down to 245 pounds instead of 260 pounds. So he is earning the trust back of
He is not eating burgers for a week.
He's on the Tom Brady plant diet. But that's pretty much it for the news. Let's jump right into the.
Why is he there?
Exactly.
I took his line.
Oh, stole my thunder.
Why is he there? Why is he there? This is a segment we've been doing for 2 weeks now on the show.
Yeah, this
2
is
weeks
week
now.
3.
This is week 3, and we've done running back and wide receivers, and now we're on to tight ends and quarterbacks. So we did 2 tight ends and 2 quarterbacks. So there's a 4 YSC theirs. YSC theirs. Yeah. All right. So
Who's your first tight end?
we're doing tight ends first. My first tight end is Dawson Knox. So Dawson Knox ranked 6th tight end last year. He's projected 10th to go in the draft, and he's also projected 98th overall in the draft, which is almost round 10, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, I did a mock draft, and I was able to get Dawson Knox round 10, and it felt good. It felt like that was a good place to get him in the draft. Definitely worth the value there, I think. So, my first one, and I might get a little bit of hate for this, but my first why is he there tight end, Kyle Pitts.
You get hate.
His average draft position right now, people are taking him as the tight end number 3.
Who
So
else
you-
are you going to take?
So, George Kittle, Darren Waller, T.J. Hawkinson,
Well, who's he-
Dawson Knox,
Oh, okay.
Dalton Schultz.
I thought he was going behind. No, but
I mean, there's a lot of guys I get it. Kyle Pitts is the main part of the offense there, but
I
you've got a
think
guy
that's good. I think it's fair. Third pick or third tight end because he's right behind Travis Kelce, and not right behind Travis Kelce is way better. But then Mark Andrews is better. I think he's better than George Kittle and Darren Waller.
If George Kittle's healthy,
If George Kittle's healthy, he still has Debo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk to compete with, and then
he has
there.
done it in the past. He has proven it in the past with those guys there that he is a beast.
1 year. It was 1 year.
Kyle Pitts last year finished the tight end number 9.
Yeah,
Tight end number 9, like I don't even know if I want you on my team at tight end number 9. You're not really giving me much faith. I can go get the tight end number 10 and get about the same production because they don't produce a whole lot.
All right,
But to take him number 3, you're paying way more than what he's worth.
I guess I kind of agree with you, but because last year I had him on my team, I had him on one of my teams. He didn't do the greatest, but this year he's the only person except for Cordell Patterson that's on that team, and Cordell Patterson's like 32.
Drake London. That's another conversation
The
for
first wide receiver to go out in the draft. He was before Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, the guy from Alabama that I cannot think of his name.
And we'll see. Time will tell.
He's not going to be that good.
But I don't think Kyle Pitts is a third pick guy for me. If I'm picking, he's not my third guy.
Me either. But he's not my...
So that's why I say, why is he
But
there?
he's not my fifth. I think I'd take him fourth.
Why is he there?
Who's
your next guy?
My last tight end is Hunter Henry. He was ranked number 7 last year as tight end, and he's projected to go 19th tight end, which is exactly... Where's my mouse thingy? All right. That's exactly pick number 150. Oh, that's the 15th round.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that one.
I do.
He's still on New England.
Yeah. And New England's not that good. They have like nobody really.
Well, yeah, I don't see why he is going so low.
I mean, if he was like going like 10th, not a big deal too much. He could be there, but like 19th is he's going behind.
That's a far drop. That means people are picking him as
He's going behind David Njoku, Noah Fant, Irv Smith Jr., Pat Freiermuth, Mike Gesicki, Cole Kmet.
Yeah, but those guys again, they've not proven anything any better than he has.
And Albert Aquabogman.
Aquabogman? Yeah.
Aquabogman.
Say that 3 times fast.
Aquabogman.
I agree with you. I think he should be higher up on the draft board. My second tight end, Tyler Higbee. He was a little disappointing last year. He finished tight end 14 last year. But
what's he going?
He is currently going
22.
as the tight end 22. So he finished 14 last year. Missed a few games. He didn't play the full 17-week season. He missed 2 full games. I just think it's hard to say that he drops that far. Being on the Rams, I think Cooper Kupp's production is going to go down a little bit this year. Teams are going to learn how to cover him. I don't think Allen Robinson steps in and takes a bigger role than Odell Beckham. So there's going to be a little bit more target share to go to him this year. So I think he stays in the top. I say he stays in the top 12. I don't see why he should drop to 22. So why is he there? That's my question for him. Now, moving on to tight end or quarterbacks. Quarterback, why is he there? I'm going to start this one off. The myth, the man, I said, cut that out, producers.
It's just Tom Brady.
Cut that off.
It's just Tom Brady.
Just Tom Brady. The man, the myth, the legend.
The
GOAT.
The man, the person.
The OG. 45-year-old
He's
Tom Brady.
I don't know.
7-time Super Bowl winning champion.
He's retired. And he's unretired.
Retired and came back. No, Tom Brady. he killed it last year. He's got essentially the same team. You trade out Antonio Brown for Julio Jones. You add in Russell Gage, who's a better, call it fourth receiver than what they've had in the past. But everything else is essentially the same. You don't have Gronk. Okay, that's fine. You have Kyle Rudolph, who is decent enough to step in and take some of that workload. But like I said, you've got this fourth receiver now that's better. Tom Brady last year was quarterback number 3, and he only missed the quarterback number 2 spot by about 8 or 10 points. So
which was Patrick Mahomes or Justin Herbert?
Herbert. It was Herbert because he beat Mahomes. So if he had 10 or 12 points more, he was the number 2 quarterback of the year.
And that's why Mahomes is going so early.
But
because he's just a big name.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to do better than Tom Brady this year or Justin Herbert.
Tom Brady this year has fallen to number 9.
It's because he's getting older.
He's drafted at number 9. Same team, same, essentially the same targets to throw to.
A year older.
A year older. But when has that mattered for him?
Probably this year because
I mean, when has that ever mattered for Tom Brady? He played great at 44. I just think.
What about his knee or his hip?
None of that matters. I mean, he's
it does.
He's fine. He's not injured.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know though. I personally
he should go higher than number 9.
Maybe higher than number 9, but maybe not higher than number 5.
I would be
maybe 6.
I would be good with him at 5 or 6. 5 is completely fair. He doesn't have the upside that Trey Lance or Jalen Hurts or these mobile quarterbacks have. He's not rushing touchdowns, but he's gonna be consistently a top 5 guy. So it's just crazy to me that he dropped to number 9. That's a huge value if you're drafting to draft him at number 9.
Now both of my quarterbacks are higher than they should be. But the second one I'm going to get, because everybody that watches this is Ohio State fans, and they're going to get mad at me for it. But Lamar Jackson, he ranked 15th quarterback last year and is projected number 4 to go in the draft. He does not deserve that.
Where do you think he should land? Where do you think he should be?
Maybe
better or worse than Tom Brady?
Worse.
You think he should be behind Tom Brady?
He should be like 9, like Tom Brady is.
But he's another one of those mobile quarterbacks that if he has a killer rushing season like he did 2 and 3 years ago.
Yeah, but he hasn't since he did it 2 or 3 years ago. He hasn't had the same, because I picked him the year after he did so good, and he was just an average quarterback. He was like 7th or something, 7th quarterback. But I just think that's a little too high. Like, he's going before Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, and he's before Kyler Murray. So I just personally believe that he's just before Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott.
Yeah,
just all those
agree.
guys.
I agree. He's going way higher than he should, in my opinion, unless he has another year like 2019. But now my second one, and I went with the OGs, the old guys, the Super Bowl winners of years past.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
I don't even know you had Aaron Rodgers.
But here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers.
Let me finish your sentence. No, I'm just kidding. You can do it.
Aaron Rodgers, last year quarterback number 6.
This year he's going 12.
He is going number 12 in drafts.
Yeah, but I think he did. I think that's a good place for him.
I don't,
because he doesn't have wide receivers at all. He has
Aaron Rodgers. He is going to be 38 or is 38, and in his career, I'd have to go back and look, but in recent years for sure. But I think in his whole career, he hasn't had a season where he has been outside the top 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah. You want to know why he is? No Devontae Adams
Okay.
No. Just who
was there before Devontae Adams?
Randall Cobb in his prime. I don't know. I wasn't on the Packers.
They were good receivers, but
there's nobody now.
But he has done it with multiple receivers. He helps make those receivers relevant. He passes.
So does that mean you're just gonna go
tremendously
and get Randall Cobb?
No. Alan Lazard, maybe. You're
gonna get him as
who was their? They drafted a rookie too, like Christian something. I can't remember his name, but I mean
and that's why
maybe
because he's bad.
Maybe, but I don't think he goes to number 12. He is a future Hall of Fame quarterback with Super Bowl victories, and multiple years of 13 plus wins per season. The guy gets it done. No matter who's on the field with him. He's got Aaron Jones to pass to a ton.
I hope we watch this back after the season and Aaron Rodgers just gets like 12th.
I hope he doesn't.
So happy. I'd be so happy.
But if you can get him at number 12, I think that's a steal. I think that's a good value.
Yeah. I went with the YGs. I went with the young guys.
The young guys.
But my next why is he there is Justin Fields. And I don't like saying this, but he ranked 31st quarterback last year and he's projected 17th. I just don't think he's going to go that high up. He might be like 19 or 18. But I just don't think he's going to be 17. Because there's...
The team didn't do enough build the team around him.
It's not him. It's the team around him.
If David Montgomery stays healthy, and Darnell Mooney stays healthy, Cole Kmet, and if they can get another, decent piece in at wide receiver, he might have a pretty good season. But they haven't done enough to build the team around him. They've really done him a disservice by giving him the team that he's got. Because they could have done some things in the offseason, and they didn't.
I think that he's going to be in the 20s. He's not going to be in the 30s. But I don't think he's going to get 17. It's not him. It's the team around him. And David Montgomery, I don't know if he's had a whole season healthy. Because last year he didn't. Because he was out for like 3-4 weeks or something.
Yeah, I think the year before that he was pretty healthy. I mean, all running backs miss a game or two.
But Justin Fields is good. He can do it with his feet. Like, he can...
He's mobile. He's not as mobile as Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts but he is definitely mobile. He's kind of like a Tua Tagovailoa as far as how mobile he is.
But he's better than Tua.
He could be better if he had the team that Tua has. He could be a rock star.
He could be top 10.
But they haven't given him.
He has a horrible team.
That opportunity. So that's going to do it for the Why is he there segment. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Maybe we do it again throughout the season.
We probably will.
But we definitely enjoyed that.
That's the last of the segment for a few weeks. So
for sure.
For a few weeks.
So hope you enjoyed it. Now we're going to move on to a brand new segment we haven't done yet.
Surprise! Surprise! That hurt your ears. Surprise! Surprise!
I think Kaden may have just busted your eardrums, but
and you.
I didn't yell quite that much. Surprise! This is a new segment we wanted to do. Basically what we're doing is we're looking at the people in different positions and who we think you're going to be surprised by, whether pleasantly surprised or not so pleasantly surprised throughout the fantasy football season. So we're going to look at someone and say, we think you're going to be surprised by this person because they're going to do so poorly or so well versus what people think as of right now they're going to do. So mine, we're going with the tight end position since we were talking about tight ends today. For the tight end position, the one I think people will be surprised about.
Let me guess.
You have 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
They're Dawson Knox.
Incorrect.
Cole Kmet.
Incorrect.
Mike Gesicki.
Okay, that's enough guessing. Logan Thomas.
The Washington Commanders guy.
Logan Thomas.
Comrade.
Who even remembered that he was there, right? He was injured pretty much all of last year. Didn't do anything. He had Taylor Heineke as his quarterback. I mean, he just wasn't going to get much done.
Are you dissing Taylor Heineke?
Absolutely.
He's better than you.
This year, Logan Thomas is going to be back. He is, as far as we know, healthy. 2 years ago, Logan Thomas was a pretty good tight end.
He was, and that's when they made the playoffs. And they
I think he was in the
Super Bowl.
top 6 the year before. So
isn't this crazy? 2 years ago, the Washington Commanders
made the playoffs.
They went to like the divisional round, or maybe even the championship.
So Logan Thomas last year, he played in 5 games. So he was basically out. I mean, in one game he got injured in. So really 4 full games. He ended tight end number 45. Everybody forgot about him. But I think you're going to be surprised by him this year. I think he will be way up the ladder there. And hopefully I'm not wrong. He's going as the tight end number 24 in drafts this year. So you could get him for a real cheap deal at the end of the draft. Or maybe even off of waiver wires. But I think he'll surprise you.
My surprise is Austin Hooper. Sorry. So, Austin Hooper is my surprise. Because last year he finished like 26th tight end. But this year, I think he's going to be like 15th. Hear me out. He's on a new team. The Cincinnati Bengals. Which...
Hold on. You talking about Austin Hooper or Hayden Hurst?
Hayden Hurst.
Pretty sure you said Austin Hooper.
Okay, I did.
Go ahead. Continue.
Hayden Hurst. I was thinking of Austin Hooper. I don't know why. But Hayden Hurst, I think he's going to do better. I think he was 26 last year. I didn't write it down. I just wrote down. I got confused. I was looking at Hayden Hurst, but I wrote down
okay.
Austin Hooper.
That's okay.
Hayden Hurst, I just feel like he's just going to surprise you with Joe Burrow as his quarterback. Joe Burrow likes to throw tight ends.
He has better pass catching ability than CJ Uzomah did. I think he will fit into the offense a little bit better and be a bigger part of the pass game. I agree with you. I think he'll be a pleasant surprise this year as well. So that's all we're going to do for today. Tight ends don't give us a whole lot of content to go off of with that, but Logan Thomas and Hayden Hurst, surprise, they're going to do better than what you think they're going to do this year.
I surprised you. I said the wrong tight end. Surprise!
Surprised me, too. But that's going to do it for the show today. I'm glad you were here with us. We really appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff. Give us a thumbs up. Also, in the comments, give us who you think will be a surprise star player this year or surprise better player.
And that's it.
That's it. That's it. We're going to go now and eat some lasagna for dinner.
Dun.
And watch a movie. So, I don't know. We're just throwing stuff out here. So, but anyway, I'm glad you guys were here. Tune in next week.
But we are eating lasagna.
Yes, we are. Tune in next week. We'll have a great show for you then. And don't forget to watch CC Mansky's podcast. He'll have some more breakdowns for you on his channel. So, that's all for today. Have a good night. We'll see you next time.
Peace.